Hi, everyone. Welcome to Spirit Thoughts, episode 11. Thanks again for joining us. And today we have our good friends, mother-daughter duo here, Jeannine and Brady Marks. So we're going to talk about different generations and how we handle life and work. And stop laughing. Laughing over the bring for part. Anyway, and just how we handle things together. But we're also all friends, and we've all known each other a long time. So we really appreciate you guys being here. So I'm going to start with a couple of little introductions so you can get to know them a minute, and then we're going to ask them a bunch of questions. So here we have the lovely Jeannine Marks, and she and her husband Steve launched the Akron Marathon in 2003. I can't believe that's so long ago already, 23 years, with a family foundation. And the mission of the marathon is to promote health and fitness and galvanize the community through the operation of its signature event, the Akron Marathon. It's the largest marathon relay event in the United States and has been recognized as one of the 50 greatest U.S. marathons. And it was in 2006 was a finalist for the U.S. Marathon Olympic trials. So that's awesome. Congratulations. But Jeannine is also this wonderful community connector. She's gotten lots of awards. She's very involved on a lot of boards. And she's currently serving as the president of the Akron Marathon Charitable Corporation. She's involved with other organizations, Akron Summit Convention and Visitors Bureau. What else are you on? The Carson Strong Foundation. She's been involved with Cleveland Clinic Akron General and many others, and actively involved in the nonprofit sector. She leads capital campaigns. She's just this great connector that helps everybody meet their goals. So we're so glad you're here. And then Miss Brady here. So Brady and Dana went to the same school together and are just 1 year off in age-wise. When did you graduate? Because then you graduated 15. Okay, you're around 16.
But yeah, we were in school together. We were on a softball team together or something. Did we do anything? Like, I think we were in some camps as kids.
Probably.
I remember, like, baby Dana. We met children together at some point.
I'm sure. Well, you guys did gymnastics, you did dance, you did cheerleading, soccer 1 year, track, or those kind of things.
Maybe one of my mom, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like we did that. I want to have that. Mothers together. I know, I'm like, did that church way back when?
No.
Because that's when the kids were little. No, because you would have had, let's see, are you the youngest?
Yeah.
Okay, because you would have had the other two kids and the older kids.
Right.
So
we did something.
I don't know. I feel like I've always way best. But anyway, so speaking of Brady, she is the program director and morning show host for 107.3 Alternative Cleveland. She started with the company as a street team promotions member. I didn't know that. And joined the on-air staff as a weekend jock for the station's launch in 2022. It's a locally owned radio station. It's one of the Mandels, isn't it? Or is it for River City Radio Group? Yeah. And see here. And the station is committed to promoting local causes and artists while curating a playlist specifically for people of Northeast Ohio. Outside of work, she allows her family, of course, hiking, running, of course, making art, enjoying music, and volunteering, just like the rest of your family. So thank you, ladies. That was a long introduction, but I'm going to start asking you some questions. So what else do you want us to know about yourselves besides that? That was a lot.
It's a really good question. Yeah. I think how important our community is to us.
Mm-hmm.
That, we've all been born and raised in this area, and we feel that our success as a family has a lot to do with the wonderful community we have, because it takes a community to do all the things that we do. It takes a village for all the things we've been involved with, and just everything with our kids. So we're really blessed and thankful for the strong community that we come from, and we have that support so much.
And you and Steve both come from pretty big families.
Steve has just a brother.
Oh, just a brother? I thought he had some other like half siblings or something. Maybe I'm wrong, but you had a lot.
I'm number 9 of 10.
Yes.
So there were 6 boys and 4 girls. Yes, we were brought up Catholic, and then I married a nice Jewish boy. So,
well,
yeah, very well. But yes, and coming from a large family, I loved it. I love them.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. So, Brady, do you get to see a lot of all the extended family? And I don't even know. I know your sister's here in town. Is there a lot of the rest of the family here?
There's cousins all over. Like I think my cousins are very similar to siblings because they've been around. I mean, then your cousins are your cousins. And I always heard online that like your mom's cousins like are like you're like I don't know. You mess around with your mom's cousin, you're only close with your mom's cousins or something. Yeah. And I was like, oh, then there's so many people, but yeah, I love my mom's side. Yeah, there's so many on my mom's.
Always a party.
Yes. And you guys do a lot together too. Your interest in concerts and fundraising and that kind of thing. It's fun.
Yeah.
To do together.
My mom's my best friend. Love her. I don't know if I'm very.
I know. Time you say, oh my gosh, you guys talk every single day, and then you call each other back. I'm like, I know, I always forget something. And we sit there and go, oh, I was going to tell you something. And then now we're like, oh, I remember, call her back.
Right.
It's harder now with child. It's nice bad when I don't hand him the phone, but then he like instantly hangs up. So
yeah,
I'm paying to figure that out.
so now,
I feel like I call you less.
well, I think we FaceTime more because we can see him too.
Yeah.
And he's a smiley baby. So yeah, it's good. So what else should we know about you, Brady, besides that long introduction?
No, I feel like so much of what I do now is my work, but I love what I do, and I love working for the radio station and getting up at the crack of dawn to go do the show. But I will say that growing up with my family, they were always so involved. That was always such like a no-brainer that if you're going to do something, you have to give back to the community, or if you find success in something, you always have to give it back to those that aren't finding that success, or those that are, not as fortunate for whatever reason. So I've been able to kind of take those skills that my parents I've always seen them employ and try to do that and getting more involved with the community with our station, whether that's doing stuff on the air, for nonprofits, or sponsoring, a nonprofits event, or, doing an MC gig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just trying to give back.
Yeah. So that kind of leads into the question, what's your favorite part of the job and what's your least favorite part? And I'd have to say mine would be getting up that early.
That's probably my least favorite part. 3:45 every Monday through Friday.
No.
And every morning, everybody else who has the job, because we have 3 other stations, so there's all these crazy people in the morning that get up that early. They all are used to it, and I have never gotten used to it. My mom will tell you I used to sleep till 2 p.m. But yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's probably my least favorite part. But everything else makes it so worth it. Like getting to do something creative with musicians, getting to be with local musicians, supporting them. I think, the creative side was my favorite part.
So you get to meet a lot of the musicians.
Yeah.
Who's the most famous, would you say? Or can you?
Yeah, I don't know, Mom. Do you? Maybe probably the interviews.
Yeah.
I recently interviewed Chelsea Handler.
Oh, I love her. Oh my gosh, she's so fun.
It was great. I interviewed Sarah Silverman.
So there's another one.
I don't know. A lot of the bands that come to Cleveland, and at Cleveland, I really like that we play 21 Pilots.
Oh yeah,
the Rocket Arena, and their band that I've spoken with. But yeah,
good fun.
I feel like my mom might have better names that she's met. But
yeah, who's the most famous celebrity you've ever met? Yeah,
No, I
feel like it's sidetracked
because there have been different ones over the years. I think they, what do you?
And this is a tie-in. It would be Jay Leno.
Oh, yes.
Came for the first year of the marathon.
He gave us a tour of the studio. It was very nice, and he came in the first year because we were trying to make a big bang splash in the community about what we were doing and explain to people what it was.
Because no one knew about the marathon, and you guys is new to try to, you have to tell the people about it. It's hard to fill everybody in that one day we're going to take over the streets and shut a bunch of stuff down, and how all these people run for a good cause. So yeah, you had Jay Leno come in.
Yeah, we met presidents, political people.
Mm-hmm.
We've met, I remember years ago, so this goes back to my mom, who was very involved in the community and very involved in civil rights and a lot of things very important. Where I learned a lot from her about being involved. and helping others. And I met Jane Fonda
Oh, wow.
when she came in to speak,
Uh-huh.
and that was with my mother. But there are so many different people over the years, and I find that they're really kind of down to earth.
Yeah.
A lot of people in the running industry, the marathon, like Bill Rogers, who's one that people might not know, but he's won the New York and Boston Marathon, I think, 4 times.
Oh, no.
And just in famous women runners, and just a lot of, I'm sure there's so many. Catherine Switzer, who's amazing. She was the first woman to run in the Boston Marathon and now pulled off the course.
Wow.
So a lot of great stories about people overcoming adversity and
Yeah.
finding out who they
Yeah.
are and what their places.
I think you're right. I think through all the nonprofit work I've done, I've gotten to meet a lot of celebrities. I'd say probably the most famous would be Magic Johnson. And he is the nicest person. And there have been some I met that, they just look right through you like you're invisible. But for the most part, especially people that have organizations or foundations that give back, they are the kindest people. And Wes Moore, who is the governor of Maryland now, he's got a really interesting background and story. And he's one of those people, when he's looking at you, there can be a million other people around and he is totally focused on you and he will take all the time. And of course, my job would be like, let's go. You have a car, you have to get on a plane. And they will stop and talk to every single person. Magic Johnson, of course, we were in the back hallway kitchen elevator trying to get away from this crowd of 2,400 people. And he stopped to talk to every kitchen person. And his handlers were like, let's go. So he's like, want a selfie? And so sweet. So yeah, I think that's the majority, I'd say. People are probably just really kind and grateful for what they've gotten and need to give back. So I don't understand people who don't. So yeah. So what are some of the rewards and downfalls and that kind of thing with the marathon?
So, the way we started it, and there's so much history and things on the website if people want to read all about the stories and everything. So we had a family foundation. This is years ago because this is our 24th year, and I'm the board president last year and this year, and next year's our 25th year. So I'm doing a lot to do a sustainability building campaign. So I'm working hard on raising the funds for that because it is a nonprofit,
Right.
Which sometimes people forget that.
I agree.
But we thought, well, let's do something with the foundation. And we were both runners. And we said, well, you know what? We need to find a way to start something with a marathon or something. And so we formed the charitable, Akron Marathon Charitable Corporation. And we went out, and it took us a few years to put together a business plan and shadow other races and see what was good, what wasn't, what we wanted to do, what we didn't. And we learned a lot from that. And then we took our plan to the city of Akron and said, hey, we want to do this and we have the money to start it. And the first year we had, I think, 3,000 runners and probably the same amount of volunteers. And that it's just grown into, we just had our 10-year anniversary of our 3-race series. So now we have a 1-mile 8K, which is June 27th this year. And then on August 8th, we have a half and a 10K, and our Goodyear half and 10K. And then in September on the 26th, we'll have our signature marathon, half marathon, a 5-person relay. And within all 3 races now, we get up to 15,000 people.
Wow.
And then 100,000 spectators.
Oh, sure.
So
How many volunteers do you need now?
well, probably, I know we have close to 4,000 volunteers.
Wow. It is incredible. Have you ever been down there for that? I know. And you're a runner. I'm not. No, I'm not. Well, I used to run. I'm part of mine. Yeah. I've never been a runner, but just going down there and seeing the crowds and the energy.
Look at this dude. This is a runner. He runs every single day, and I need to.
So you need to get a relay team. Like
He does.
As long as I've gone to the marathon my whole life, and I rang the bell for the first one as a baby, as like a 3-year-old, or a 6-year-old, But I've gone all different years. I've run in some. I've just spectated, but it really is a space for any kind of person. Whether you want to run in it, whether you're just cheering people on, whether you want to off. Like
We should just walk. We could kind of stroll. Exactly. Fun.
it's right down at It's fun, right? But
Yeah.
it's this like electric environment of like community and positivity, and people are feeling good. They're reaching a goal. Like it's just their families are out there supporting them. Like it's a really special day.
And I love the blue line. So talk about that, like how the blue line goes off
So
town.
we wanted to do something in the very beginning of how are people going to know where to go. So we worked with the city on that to paint the blue line, the 26.2 miles. Now, sometimes we have to cover up the line and make the line go down a different road. Because depending on what construction is and what's going on in the community, that's where the blue line goes. But they repaint and freshen it up every year. And we have so many people that live on the blue line. We call them the blue liners. And there's parties from start to finish on the blue line. So it really gets people out there that may not run, but they're part of being part of the parties along the course, which is wonderful. And then, we wanted to strategically have the race on a Saturday so it brings people in on Friday. And we find there's a lot of families that have run in it over the years, and then the kids move away, but they all come back on race weekend to run in a relay or run together or be a volunteer or be part of the marathon either in June, August, or September. And it just really galvanizes the community. And then it brings in about 7 million that weekend every year for community impact, financial community impact in the city, which we love. And then we have nonprofit partners. So if you're a nonprofit, you can go on the website, sign up as a nonprofit partner, do whatever you want, run in it, have a team run in it, and all the money that you raise goes directly to you. It doesn't even pass through us.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, we've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for nonprofits over the years because instead of them trying to start a big event on their own or have a big party or have a 5K every year, all the costs and everything, then they just use ours as a vessel to be able to raise money for themselves and they love it. And yeah, so we were trying to, how do we, our mission to promote health and fitness, galvanize the community, and bring national attention to the community. And the stories the stories we get every day, hundreds and hundreds of stories of people who feel better emotionally, who wanted to become healthier, who, just really finding their place through this, which there's the thing we didn't look at in the beginning. Like, we never realized how many people it was going to help. We just thought, hey, this sounds cool. Let's do it.
Well, now it's generational because the people from the beginning are now bringing their kids or those kind of things.
Brady.
Let's hear it.
Tell us something people would be surprised to learn about you.
Oh no!
I think mine's spicy. Don't have to mom answer. I don't. Sure, you
Telling me to leave the room?
No.
What? Tell us all your deepest story.
Yeah, totally. I just don't know what. I think I am. A lot of people do a character on the air, or they change their name, but it is my name, and I think I pretty much am the same as I am on air. So I feel like I would say it like it is. I can't think. What's something
Like an open book. Kind of.
Yes, no, I think that they say if you say you're an open book, then you're the one with the darkest secrets. So I'm just kind of tell you.
Yeah.
I think that Brady,
If you're gonna bring in my room, that's just me to say.
no, Brady kind of, she's incredibly intelligent. And I don't just say that because
Aren't we surprised?
but she on air just decides to recite the pie.
Oh, that I can I can recite a bunch of numbers of pi, and I can name any state capital.
Really?
Ask me a state, I'll say a capital.
Wyoming.
Cheyenne.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
I know, but I know some like FBI show, and it's in Cheyenne.
Yeah. Arkansas.
Ooh, Little Rock.
I know. Sure. I don't know. We believe.
I think it's a little
Kansas.
Topeka.
See, I wouldn't know it. Vince just told me he was going to give me a geography test because I don't know where anything is. And I was
I didn't absolutely.
I was going to say, I am the worst at world geography. Yeah. And my parents are just all over the world. They're like, my dad's like, just rolls his eyes at me. I'm like, sorry, I lived in the United States.
Yeah.
She's got all these hidden secrets.
Yeah.
But I think you and Dad have set me up to have these little party tricks because growing up, my dad, and both my parents always wanted us to have whatever our interest could possibly be. They wanted to, be like, can we do like this? What about this? So I think my dad would always give me, as a little kid, he would feed me answers. So then if we were in front of people, he could be like, my 3-year-old knows who the first lady is. Let's all ask her. But he would just tell me, he's like, I'm going to ask you 3 questions. The first one's answer is Laura Bush. Or is that? And I was like, okay. But, and then I got good at accents as a little kid. And I think my dad was like, oh, do that. So I think I learned like, oh, this is fun. And it kind of led to me being an entertainer out there. Mm-hmm. So I think, the Capitals was like, I learned that when I was young and it never that.
And she also, one thing you were really good at that she enjoyed, it was very therapeutic, was being the editor of a book her father wrote.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And if you have not read, the Muffin Man Chronicles? I think I have a copy over there. I love this book. It's so fun.
It's a great book about business.
It is, but it's entertaining. It's not boring, dry, and then we did this, and then you have to go find a bank, and then this, whatever. It's so entertaining of a read to see how, and just the fact that they took that chance as college students. And I still say, Brady, I told your mom and your dad. I said, all right. He goes in this big depth explanation of their first date and how, she couldn't live outside a certain amount of time where he wasn't going to bother her and this and that. It's this big explanation of what they ate, the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, and now we're married now 3 kids. Oh, like, where? I know this last story. And so I finally said something to him. He's like, that would be the sequel. And then your mom's like, yeah, don't hold you.
And he's working on another project now.
Yeah. Ready about
Yes. He's working on another project.
Yeah. And he'll be honestly thrilled that he got a mention in this. I think we're honestly, we're plugging up on just to make it,
because we're so famous.
No, but
our 11 listeners,
that's been, hey, you'll make for it. I love that. It'll be the Muffin Man Chronicles.
Yes. It's such a good book. It really.
I had Steve
Parts. I think. Did you really?
Only because out of default. This is the pandemic. I was writing it, and I lived with my parents at the time.
You're like at home, and he's like, "Here, read this."
Yeah, fine. It was more like, "Did you get the book that I left your nightstand?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, have you finished it yet? Any notes?" It's a long process.
It is,
but it was cool, and I always love seeing a new perspective of my parents' journey into where they got.
I think everybody could be able to say that, but because so many things. I got it in this thing where I was interviewing our parents, and I wish I would have done it with my mom before she passed, but I did it for my dad at some point, and then my stepmom, and actually John's mom, where I didn't ask okay, where'd you go to school? This that. I asked, who was your best friend and why? What were you afraid of when you were a kid? What made you go to this college? Why did you pick this career path?
It's cool, sure.
Oh, I did. Kind of size books. I got them all to get pictures.
Yeah.
And it's
awesome. I have my grades in my office.
Yeah.
That's
you should have. I think I got cuts where but anyway, and then we're going to visit John's aunt is in her 80s next month. And so I've got all my questions for her too. She's his dad's sister. Who she actually went to nursing school in Cleveland and is from Massachusetts. And so she's been single her whole life. She's almost 84 and just this doll of a woman. She watches all the Red Sox. I mean, that's all they talk about. The Boston Red Sox is baseball, and she's cute as can be. So I'm excited to interview her. But I think it's so important to know that kind of thing because it dies with you if you don't know this kind of thing. So,
and I find myself now that I'm because I've been at the station, I was just a midday host by myself for a while, and then I moved into management, so now I'm also kind of the behind the scenes more. And to see things that I witnessed in my mom in her leadership roles, kind of come out in me. And I'm like, oh my God, I do that. Oh, wow. I used to almost just be like, that's so funny she does that. Or so like, like, oh, that's how my mom is. But I'm like, I really, you kind of see yourself. We all turn into our parents, but we see ourselves.
We do.
Yes.
So, well, I hope that you're able to show your kids the kind of leader you would want them to be, because there are so many different kinds of leaders. And with everything I've learned over the years, for me, I always wanted to lead with grace. And my job wasn't to be the smartest person in the room. My job was to help everybody that I worked with find their inner strength and let them shine. And sometimes it's difficult because in the community, people will say things like, oh, all that you've done or all that, but it really was the people we worked with. Whatever job I've had and working with the marathon and working with nonprofits and for-profits and companies. And it's really leading them to believe in themselves and find to do the job the best way they can.
And it's so funny. When I first met you, I was kind of intimidated, because you're yourself. Just because, we go to these events and there's 500 people and you're so diplomatic and kind and you know everybody and you're just sure and ask them about themselves and everything. And then we become friends. I'm like, why do I get to be in that inner circle? And that's just when it's one-on-one, but it's hard to do because, there's so many things to go to you because of all of your involvement. You do know so many people. They know you. They gravitate towards you. Like, I want to be your friend too. And, get to know you. But it's difficult because that's kind of one of our questions. How do you balance all that and still have an inner circle time with your family, but get to all those things and still be so kind and generous to everybody? I don't even know how you do it.
It's interesting because I don't think you really do. I don't think you there really isn't a balance. And I think understanding that there's not a balance. Some days are going to be smooth. Other days are not. Always family was number one to me. But, I heard the somebody who was the head of a company, a woman, and she said, and that's what I learned is like, give yourself a break. There's no balance. Some days my level of cleanliness at home has changed depending on where I'm working or what project I'm on, or if it's a crunch time for a big event, or just knowing, giving yourself that grace and that ability to say, I'm just going to do the best I can with what I have today. Because you're never going to have everything done perfectly. And there are really hard days and there are really great days, but just understanding like, I'm just going to be in the moment right now, even though this is a really horrible spot for me today. But tomorrow's going to be better. And this is what I'm going to get done today. So really define grace for yourself and forgiveness. Because one of the things I've always tried to teach people when I'm working with a staff or with a group or speaking anywhere is that you really just have to be kind to yourself and know that we're all in this together, whatever's going on in our community, helping people through whatever it is, and not just know it's not what happens, it's how we handle what happens. There's going to be stuff that goes south every day. There's going to be a lot of things that go great. But when things go south, it's not like, okay, this is horrible. I don't even know how I'm going to get past it. It's like, okay, how am I going to handle this problem right now, right here? And over the years, I've always learned to be very accountable for my behavior, to apologize a lot because there are a lot of people who just need to know that you hear what they're saying. And when you're in leadership, the buck stops with you. So no matter what happens, it's my responsibility to make sure I gave them the right expectations or helped lead in a graceful way. So I think it's just having the balance is there's no balance.
Right. And I think too, I heard a long time ago, you will never get your to-do list done. So stop trying. You get one thing done, there's 6 more things that get added. And you're right. And I say that all the time too. we can only be responsible for ourselves. We can't control how other people are going to react. Somebody could be screaming and yelling and carrying on in front of you, but if you scream and yell at me back, then for me, I would be sitting there going, oh, I shouldn't have reacted like that. So then I get to live with myself. So it's easier just to let it roll, let it go, and that kind of thing. But so what would you say people don't know about you? So fun thing. Or you could answer that too, Brady. About your mom.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you want to go? You try. I don't know.
Well, we're in the public eye a lot.
Yes.
And
She's annoying me. And then before I was the first lady.
But what people really don't know is when I'm on social platforms, you don't see me a lot on Facebook, except I dote over my kids and I share what they're doing. I share a lot and I want people to know about the marathon and all the dates, and I want everybody to come run and be part of that big day. I share a lot of that. But for me, some of that balance is keeping my life with my family as private as I can. And when I'm out with people or we go places and do things and there's pictures all over Facebook, then you get questions. Who didn't we ask? Who didn't, right? And it might not be the reality, except that I love to see everybody's babies, see all the kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I try to be more careful to share that part of it. Because it's kind of like if I did, some of it would probably be pretty ugly and depressing, depending on how things are going. And if I can't be true to share the good and the bad, I think I just have to keep that private for me.
Yes, I think that's true. What would you say?
Well, to add on to that, you're so public. I feel this way. I felt like we were
in our little community.
We were a public family in our community, even before now that I'm doing something very public facing as well. It's like you give so much to other people that like, oh my gosh, for self-preservation, like you have to keep some stuff. It's not normal that we all have every photo we've taken in the last 10 years up on, up in the ground right now. Right. Someone has never dealt with that before. I'm like, on this exposure. So I think that's so.
Well, what do you think? What were you going to say?
I was going to say you're allergic to bees.
Are you really?
She told me that. Well, somebody said it on a vacation. One of her friends was like, well, we got to be careful. Jeannine's allergic to bees. And it shook me to my core. I didn't know that. Then I was like, I remember my whole life, you could have needed an EpiPen. Maybe I had the words to tell me, and I didn't do. So that stuck with me. She's like,
what would you say about me?
I have other stuff people won't know about.
Yeah. I know. Pajama spot. I know. It's just an open book. But you're right. I'm the first one to go, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that or done that or whatever. And, those kind of things.
I don't know. I don't know if I have an answer.
I know.
What do you say about me?
I don't know. Your icebreaker answer is always, I have an extra bone on my ankle or whatever it is.
I have an extra bone in both my ankles.
Whoa.
It's not fun.
I bet.
They stress fracture very easily.
Yeah. I think, oh, well, we could tell the story about how you almost got kidnapped in Kohl's one time when she was like 2.
This guy Kohl's.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Yeah, that's a whole other story. But
you didn't.
I do.
It was not how this we was not about here.
I know. Somebody gets and then all of a sudden I look and she's gone and I'm like, I'm asking all of them, did you see my little girl? And they're like, no. Well, I was right by customer service. I go over there. I'm like, my daughter's missing. They did that code Adam. They locked all the doors. And all of a sudden I look up and here's a Kohl's worker clear the other side of the store walking down with her holding her hand.
A warehouse. There's I could have gotten across the store and
she was 2. There's no way she was running clear across the store.
When I walked at 2, supposedly I stomped really loud.
Yeah.
So she was.
So somebody picked her up and took her, and
isn't that crazy?
I told her I didn't take her shopping until she was 4. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Out the house. Oh my God. That's probably the craziest.
Okay, my secret they don't know about my mom. I was a legend thing.
Debbie and Dana, thank you so much for having us. If you want to ever listen into my show,
I'm on Monday through Friday from 6 to 9 every morning on 107.3 Alternative Cleveland. I like to say that we are in every single car in the Northeast Ohio area, but if you're out of Northeast Ohio or you're just somewhere and you want to tune in, if you're not by a radio, you can visit us and stream us at 1073cleveland.com. We also have an app in your app store, 1073 Alt CLE.
If you want to support the Akron Marathon, whether it's to volunteer or sign up to run with us, visit our website at akronmarathon.org. Join our race series, which begins on our first race on June 28th. Hope to see you there.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. Keep tuning in. Like us, subscribe to us, share us. We would really appreciate it. And until next time, see you later.